Well, hello there. It's Thursday, and boy, has it been a busy, busy day. If you don't already know, we started our 12 days of epic deals. And today, I promised last week that we would do some sweet treats today. And I'm super excited that this totally aligned with what's for sale um, on our epic deals. So, how exciting is that? So, you're going to see some really cute ideas. And you can, even better yet, get it on sale. So we'll just get started with this cooking class. And some of these things are on sale, some of them aren't, but you can always purchase them online. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you about our spiced apple cider. This is so darn delicious. It's your cocktail or your drink for the holiday season. And when you purchase it, it's a dry mix. And all you need to do is add a tablespoon of this to a cup of apple juice or apple cider. So, needless to say, let's just show you how simple this is. Now, you'll notice I've got my glass rimmed already. So, I actually put a little bit of this spiced apple cider in a shallow little dish. I did add a little bit of extra sugar because, just so you know, this isn't that sweet. It's definitely got the essence of cinnamon and it's got cloves. And I really taste the cloves in this. Maybe it's just my palate. And then it does have some organic cane sugar. So I just quickly rimmed moistened the outside of my glass with a little bit of orange. So just take an orange slice and just wrap it around and then just roll it in your cider or apple juice, your choice. Get good quality apple juice. Now I've heated this up. Be very careful when you put the hot into a glass because some glasses are not tempered. Tempered glass means you can put heat in it. So you might want to check that out in advance. The other thing that you can do is sort of heat your glass, warm it up a bit so it's not getting poured into really cold glass of a really cold glass and potentially shatter it. So while it's in the mixing, we're going to grab our 4-in-1 spoon and we're just going to follow the directions right on the jar, which says a tablespoon of this to a cup. We'll give this a little stir, making sure that we don't have any lumps in there. We wouldn't want to put it into our glass and then, potentially damage it. Okay, so we've got that done. We'll pour our drink in. And then to make it a little bit more festive, if you can find fresh cranberries, drop those in. So there you go. You've got a really nice cocktail without alcohol. If you did want to put alcohol in this, hi Kim, you could add brandy. So put some brandy in it. Mm, mm, yum. Okay, and I've got still a little bit of a cold, which is why I thought it might be wise for me to have a nice sippy glass of something handy. Okay, so let's get into desserts. Are we ready? Okay, first one that I'm going to do is we're going to call this a baked apple crumble. And what I do and what we do frequently in our house is we make homemade granola. So I've got my granola here. And if you've got any little bits of granola left over, or if you don't want to fuss with granola, even getting something like a granola bar and breaking it up, you could do that. Quick little dessert. And we're going to start layering this. And so with your granola, and our granola, just so you know, when we make it from home, it's quick oats. I've got some raisins in here, some nuts. Of course, I always season it with either, today I've got baked apple in it. And this is, I believe, on sale. Yes, this is in our Epic discounts. Or you could choose to put cranapple cinnamon in here. So you can switch them up. They're both on sale. So I just got a little cocktail shooter martini. It's smaller than normal. I love it. So anytime you've got little glasses of something, go to the thrift store, because chances are someone's broke one at the party and they may have odds and ends there. And I sort of like the idea of having odds and ends, because especially when you're serving drinks, because then people aren't walking away with your glass, right? They all look a little different. So I've got my first layer in of our baked apple granola. Then what am I going to do with it? Well, I want to sweeten it up a bit. So the next layer that I'm going to put in here is actual apples. So if you have an apple, to prevent it from browning, put a little bit of water in here and lemon juice, and just let it sit for a bit, then drain it. And we're just going to add this right on top to give a nice little layer of apples. And we know apples are really good for us, especially this time of year. Now, next layer is, again, another product that's on our Epic Deals. And I have got, well, let me show you what it looks like first. This is our red pepper jelly. Oh my goodness, I love this. It's a little bit of sweet and a little bit of spicy. It's delicious, just on top of crackers with cream cheese. It's good on a charcuterie board. It's great for glazing, for ham. You can toss your shrimp in it. I could go on and on and on and on and on, including just put a spoon in it and eat it. And what I've done here is I've just put a little bit in a container. And so that it drizzles a little bit, I've just heated it up a bit, because of course you're supposed to keep it in the fridge when it's opened. And it could be a little bit difficult for you to put a dollop on top here. So we're just gonna drizzle this over the top there. And this is going to give you that little bit of a zip to it. Next, what can we do next? Well, how about whipping cream? Right? It is dessert after all. I've been pretty healthy up to this point. So I've already whipped my whipping cream, and this is just, I have not flavored it at all. We're going to flavor it on the top. So this is just whipping cream with a little bit of vanilla, and whipped it right up. So let's put a nice little dollop on top here. And then to finish it off, again, another product that's in our collection for Epic Deals is our churro. Now, the churro actually says on the label, churro is a popcorn seasoning. Clearly, you know that if you're watching my cooking classes, I never stick to the original conventional method. So if you've got your churro handy, and you can imagine, churro is basically cinnamon and sugar. Yum. And we're just going to sprinkle some of this on top. Does that look delish? And just to make it super fancy, because I was looking in my cupboard going, what do I have? I have crystallized ginger. So I just sliced one little slice up, and I'm just going to set it on top. And there you go. Here is our very first one. This is what I'm going to call your baked apple crumble. All you need to do is have your friends grab a spoon and serve it. Isn't that so darn cute? And honestly, if you have little bits and pieces of leftover food over the holidays, you can do sweet and savory with these. Okay, ready for my next one? What did you think of the first one? Give me a thumbs up if you like the first idea. Sort of healthy, super easy, okay? All right, next, what are we gonna do next? Well, I am super excited about our sugar cookies. Now, this is a gluten-free sugar cookie mix, and I am not a big fan of baking, and here's why. Gosh, when I bake, number one, I have a family of males, which means if you're cooking or baking anything, they're like vultures in the kitchen. And you spend a lot of time slaving in the kitchen. Your kitchen's usually a mess because you've got measuring cups, measuring spoons, all your canisters of flour and sugar and whatever else that might be. Who can relate to that? Okay, that's why I love Epicure. It's just so darn easy. I opened up the package, and in the package, I also added some unsalted butter, 1 egg, and a little bit of vanilla extract, and I made my mix. Now, I am going to tell you, when you purchase this, let it sit for at least 20 minutes. I actually made this one night put it into the discs like it recommends, wrapped it up and threw it in my fridge and left it overnight. I actually baked them the next day. And it made a lot. In fact, let me just find it. This is my little bowl of cookies that I made. So that's from one recipe. Now I wanted to use it for my little treat here. And so I made little tiny sugar cookies and I did little stars. But if you have little broken pieces, so sometimes I don't know if it's just me because I'm not really a baker, but when I'm taking them off the rack, sometimes if I've rushed it, I might have a little broken piece. If not, break some. That's what we're going to do with this. So again, another little glass. I do not have a set of 6 of these. I have bits and pieces. I just grabbed them. I think they're super fun. And how fun would this be to have like a dessert party and people could just mystery grab whatever one they wanted? Who knew, right? It's not like you're going to see. It's not like I'm sitting here making a whole bunch of desserts. So here we go. Layering this one as well. I'm going to give you some fun food facts about my cider because I'm feeling a tickle in my throat again. So we'll talk about that in a minute. So here's my crushed or broken cracker or cookie, I should say. And we're going to add, because I'm going to call this a pina colada dessert, we are going to add some unsweetened coconut. So you can use shaved coconut, but get it unsweetened. I mean, there's enough sugar in here already. You don't need to worry about having the extra. So there's a little bit of our pina colada, right? Coconut. Next layer, what are we going to do? Well, let's talk about making something creamy but moussey, okay? So I've got some cream cheese, and this is the light version. You don't need to have the extra calories, but I wanted to have some flavor to it. And I looked in my cupboard. You probably watched me do cooking classes, and you notice that sometimes I open up the package and I don't use it all. Well, this was the case because I don't do a lot of desserts. I probably used some of this package making our lemon chicken strips. So I have leftovers. So grabbing your 4-in-1 spoon again, I am going to add a teaspoon here, because that's going to give me some nice little lemon, a hint of lemon. I will stir this up. And if you're struggling with your cream cheese, heat it up in the microwave just so it softens up a bit. It just makes it a little bit easier to incorporate because we want to get that flavor in here. And I did say it was going to be sort of a little bit like a mousse. Well, it's not going to be like a mousse if I just have this. Let's just taste it to make sure it's, yeah, just has a hint of lemon. I don't want to overpower it. Remember, it's supposed to be pina colada. And then I've got my whipping cream, and I whipped up like a half a container of whipping cream prior. Again, didn't put anything in it but vanilla. And now I'm just going to fold this in. I'm going to add a little bit more. Where's my coconut? A little bit more coconut, just so I've got a little hit in here. Let's just fold this together. It's important to fold and not whip this because you'll beat it down and your whipping cream won't be that luscious, oh my gosh, peel you off the roof flavor. So we've got this done. Now before I put this on, remember, here we go. We've got our cookie. We've got our coconut. Let's put some crushed pineapple. And if you don't have crushed pineapple, which I did not, I actually had pineapple chunks. You don't need to go buy special crushed pineapple just for this. Just use a knife, cut it up. I'm only making a mess here today. Spread this around, making sure we get it to the edges. Finish that off. And I did drain it, you probably noticed, because you don't want it too runny. You don't want your cookie on the bottom being just mush. You actually want it to be crumbly. We'll take our whipping cream now, that's like a mousse. Put a little dollop of this on here. How's it looking? What are we going to do? Remember I told you our little sugar cookie? And if you wanted, just so people knew what was happening, if you have your pineapple chunk, just cut a little slice in there. Oops. Tuck this in on the side. There you go. What do you think? Isn't that a cute little dessert? Yum. So which one's been your favorite now? We talked about the apple crumble, and we've got our pina colada. Easy peasy. All right, I'm just going to take a breather here. So let's talk a little bit more about this cider. Here's the deal on cider. This drink goes back, it goes back a long, long way. In fact, in the 14th century, they actually say that cider was used for baptisms because it was better and healthier than the water they used. I can probably believe that. But there's a huge connection with cider and the United States. In fact, for you Americans that are maybe watching, your President John Adams lived to be 90 years old. Why? Because he drank apple cider every single day. He drank how much? A tankard. Well, I didn't know. What the heck is a tankard? A tankard is actually one of those cups with the hinges. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Anyway, so this apple cider drink, it probably is good for your health. Again, going back to that saying, an apple a day. He lived to be, I think he might be one of the older presidents ever. In fact, he might be one of the top 3. So that's pretty cool. So let's continue on. Are you ready for the next one? The next one's going to be a little bit different. Aren't you glad? So this next one, I have this neat little neighbor. He's super, I don't know if he's watching me right now, but he's Dutch. He's 90, I think he's 92. And I always buy little Dutch cookies. And he's unfortunately not here. So this is an homage for him. He's down in Florida visiting his family. I can't believe he left me. But I had bought these special little wafer cookies that are from Holland. And I thought, this would be perfect for my next treat. And this, I always say, leave the best to last. I love coffee. I love, love, love coffee. And this is our mocha coffee drink. It honestly, is there anything better than coffee? I don't know how I exist without coffee. I hope you watched my little reel that I posted today. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to use again our 4-in-1 spoon, and the directions. I should probably give me a second. Excuse me. The directions are actually on here to actually make the mocha. But for this purpose, I'm actually mixing it with a little bit of water. I've got that tickle coming back. Where's my drink? Sorry about that, guys. Probably better that I drink that than cough in your ear. So taking our 4-in-1 spoon, and I'm just making a small quantity, so don't follow my directions exactly. Oh my goodness. I'm trying not to cough, but this is crazy. Okay. Anyway, let's get back to action here. So I've just mixed in a little bit of water, and then I'm going to grab our whipping cream yet again, right? So just your whipping cream, same thing. We're going to fold this in. So just pour this in. Make sure that your water that you're using is not hot. Big important thing. Because if your water's hot and you're mixing this, you're in trouble. So we'll just blend this. Oh my, I'm so sorry, people. My bad. I was hoping. Happens when I've got that tickle and I talk. So we're just folding this in. Make sure that you get it so it's nice and a nice smooth color, but you can tell that it's got that light whipping flavor. Now, if you have one of these cake decorators, you can spoon it on or squeeze it on. I don't have mine handy. I do have one, but whatever. Excuse me. And we'll just put a dollop of this on here. If you want to spread it, you could. I just want it nice and high because I'm going to show you what I'm doing here. Okay, so we've got our cookie, but it's pretty boring. Wah, wah. Well, let's jazz it up a bit. I ran outside. We still don't have snow here. I have some raspberries. I'm just going to tuck a little raspberry on the top like a little Santa hat. Be fancy if you wanted to. Next, I want to decorate up my plate a little bit. So grabbing 3 of my raspberries. Oops, just going to make a little stack in the corner there. And then because there is no snow here and I actually had mint, a little bit of mint left out there, I just thought just that little touch of green. Maybe put another little piece in the corner. You now have another cute little dessert. How sweet is that? Isn't that cute? So there you go. That is my official cooking class. I am so sorry that I had my little coughing fit, but I hope you enjoyed seeing how you can make a quick, easy dessert just with little bits and pieces that you've got in your kitchen. So I hope you've got some great ideas on how you can maybe make some fun ideas in your house. Enjoy. Come back again next week. Where am I next week? Next week I'm in Calgary. So doing a season launch, I think. It could be a season launch. So I probably will be it will be a recorded call or a recorded class next week, which is probably good so I don't cough the whole time. But make sure you come back because I'm sure I'm going to come up with some cute little idea that's going to be absolutely perfect for the holiday season that you're going to love. Take care, everyone. Stay safe, stay healthy. Don't catch this what I caught. And I wish you all the best. Make sure you check out the Epic deals on my Epicure website. They are only available at the discounted price till just before 9 o'clock on the 17th. So if you're needing these things that I showcased, they may be on sale. Go check it out. Thanks again. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.